Hey guys, we're continuing our even series versus different levels. This will be against level Fordon. And I thought maybe we'll see the difference. What's it take to get up that high? We've been working a lot on the setup, and after three corners, the game starts, that whole idea. Let's see a difference here. I'm white, black's Fordon, standard stuff. You can contact either side, doesn't matter. We generally contact the stronger side. That's generally a little better. They're both equitable. We're not concerned about the cut because if he cuts, we're great on the left, very alive, very points, and black still has Aji in his shape. Yeah. So we're not concerned. Black threatens a cut, a real cut. We stop the cut. He threatens the cut. Don't play the knee-jerk move. Save the cut. Black should save. And let's look at a very basic continuation of the Joseki. We could walk away, for instance. That would be pretty advanced, but let's just stay. So we stay. Black threatens to surround. White gets out, threatening the cut. Now we can capture that stone. So there's a cut. Okay. We get out threatening the cut. Black fixes the cut. And we're not done because of this move. Black can rip off all our eyes and it's just terrible. So we need any sort of move to fix. And this is the one that does the most. And now this doesn't work because we can just capture now. Okay. So that's the way it should be. And there's lots of other variations and different ways of leaving early, but that's pretty basic. So, so we saw that. In the game, black plays here. That's a mistake. Now when white plays here, none of that works because we capture, if he tries anything, we just capture. And if he surrounds us, we don't care because if we capture, we're alive. And if he saves the stone, then we play in the corner and we're alive. So we're alive. We don't care if we're surrounded. It's a very big difference. All right, you betcha. Goes to surround. Here I I went astray, torn between what's normal, what's my habit, what's Joseki look like here. So instead of figuring it out for myself, I relied on patterns, habits, things like this. So I got out, which I don't need to do. This is not good. You don't go around doing stuff you don't need to do. You're wasting moves, you're wasting this. It's just a bad idea. So you walk away. Let's say I do that. Walk away. Oh, now you're really surrounded. Walk away. Oh, I'm going to save my stone. It's just life. It's no big deal. So getting out like this is a problem. If I get out with something like A, then I'm not cut. My move, which is usual, leaves a cut. So when black defends, if I don't respond, I'm cut. The right thing to do, play away. I saved. Now, I think you all understand this thing. When you're playing a game, it's like in review, you're like, what was I thinking? Well, it's hard to, first of all, just to think when it's your move. Secondly, to think well, think thoroughly. These are very difficult things to do. And I didn't do them. Okay. So I would say this white move is maybe 80% value, and this one's another 80%. So I'm in two moves, I've lost 4/10 of a move, something like that. He comes, I take my cash, hit this guy, pretty important to get that in. Here, the most usual thought is, if you're not going to invade somewhere, if you're not going to invade, go ahead and take the cente, because there's usually two ways. I'm going to remove this stone so we can see it. There's usually two ways to deal with black's weakness at A. One is this way. So if black doesn't do anything, this white stone's alive, and that's very painful for black. But if we don't want that, then we usually take the other one. Okay, now back in the game. So that's one criteria. If I don't want to invade, then we can take it. The other criteria is, do we feel bad if black uses this Aji? Not at all. He's just over concentrating himself, really. What's he going to do? Play here? It's incredibly slow. So I didn't play, which is correct. But what I didn't do, now this is where 3 dawn on up, something you need to do. We have two separate groups here. The A side isn't very alive yet. The B side's alive, but has a major cut. So there's a problem here. Your job, find the problem. It didn't even cross my mind to even look for a problem. But can you see the two groups, A and B? And they're separated by this awkward little, like, it works, but it doesn't work. Something's funny there. So if this is AI talking, if I play, as me pretending to be AI, it wasn't AI, it was me. Here, and if we just, there's many variations, but if we just go very basic, problem for black. If black tries to connect Atari and kill something, so black's going to have to play this way and then live in the corner and live in the corner. This is all very good for white, but I didn't even cross my mind. But our job, when it's our move is and his move, to think. If you just go, well, that's two separate groups and they have a really awkward connection, it's kind of an obvious place to look. Okay. I just went to the next area. We look at my A group. I've spent 2 moves to get this thick A. Well, on the right, my style is to go 3-3. I generally just play 3-3 and I like it. But here I'm like, well, I don't usually like focusing on the right, but with my A there, it seems the only good way to use A is to start working the right. So I went that way. And again, I usually go this way. And I don't do this very often. I don't like this move because I play a whole move and I don't get area 1 and I don't get area 2. Then why am I playing there? Now, granted, it's going to result in an even value, but it's off in the future. Well, if I play this way, I'm settled. I am now settled. There's no way you can upset that. Anyway, so we're here. Black comes in. I can go A or B. B makes more sense. I talk myself out of it. That's another thing we all know about. There's an obvious direction, but you talk yourself out of it. Oh, it's not going to work because of, but you're just making up bad stories. So I went this way. There's a Joseki. Let's look at a Joseki. This is the one we're familiar with. Connecting our stones, making one solid group. This also is Joseki, which let's just look at it this way. We generally don't take it. I mean, the corner's nice, but black gets sente and black has a thick wall. So usually it's better to connect your stones. But if white has a position on the outside that already negates the wall, that's a good Joseki. So oops, wrong button. There we go. So here I have this. I am negating his wall already. So AI says, now's the time for this move. While we're here, let's look at how it's actually done. Sacrifice an extra stone, which gives black this move. Let me go forward real quick so we know why we're doing this. We sacrifice the third stone, black does, so that white doesn't get this endgame. So this black stone stops a white endgame. That's why we add that one. And then black gets sente. But again, in this case, white's in a position this works well. Hopefully that made sense. I kind of rambled and drifted off there. So I play this way. So up to here, I've made some mistakes. He made some mistakes. So it's back to even. We're about even now. White's 1 or 2 points ahead, which doesn't have any meaning. And now I would love to play A. I have an entire situation going on the right. If A works, it's beautiful. So that created a problem for me. It made my readout bias. So I'm reading A out as white A. Oh, I think it works. Oh, I think it works because I wanted it to work. But when I played it, within 2 moves, oh my goodness, it's an absolute fail. So I read it out with bias. So I should come underneath it A instead. Is the first mistake either of us has made that's more than 1 or 2 points, an actual 3-point minus, which is really not that bad, but still. I mean, it's not, the AI has the moves color coded. We're still in a reasonable color. It's not like red or purple. I mean, but it's not great. Down makes sense. Uh, it, in this situation, I want to fight against the A stones, so I'm using up a liberty. If I didn't want to fight against them, then I wouldn't allow this Atari because it uses up my liberties so fast. But here I wanted to fight it. Here's where I realized, oh, absolute fail. So come up. I can't cut. If I cut, I die. Gotta come out. Yikes. Okay, so now my A wall is a complete fail. I'm not even, I don't have a base now. I don't have an extension. The entire position collapses. So what do you do? Well, we realize that his B group is also separated, and I can capture that stone, and there's a cut and all like that. Okay, so there's some counterplay against B. I can trust my C group, so that's going to help my A group, a home nearby. I kind of wanted to stop the game here and say, okay, I won't show this one because it's like so bad. It's not like it doesn't take me that far behind, but it's not good. But still good stuff to see. So capture for my life and points, and it bothers the black stones. So now the question, should black extend or should black take care of his vital point? AI said it's pretty equitable. Something around B, AI thinks is best, but A is a close second best. Black extends. I hit the vital point. We play that out. And now things are very awkward. We both made a number of mistakes here. Okay. I capture the cutting stone. This is a mistake, a big mistake. If I go about my business, I'll just put it here for now, and black escapes, well then, Atari. In other words, he can't escape. So I captured a stone that he can't save. That's pretty close to a pass. Now, it's nice having Panuki, and it does give me perhaps later on, doesn't work right now, but later on I may be able to capture the group. Well, that's all fine and good, but low percentage value. Save my stone, which will also, so threaten to kill that, and now I can cut. I thought it'd be worthwhile. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 15, 16 points. It's nice. Okay. I thought I would take my Sente since I need help and connect out. Connect is too strong a word, but obviously helping. So he's threatening to cut, right? Let's notice how many points is this? 0 times 0, just 0. So go to live instead, which is points times 2. I'm getting them versus him getting them. So it's big. Well, into the corner. Connect. I played this way, not realizing I'm barely alive here. Yeah, barely alive. So I should be, I mean, I have end game. It's a better way of playing. I didn't. I got caught up in his weakness rather than taking care of my own. I'm out. We both made a lot of mistakes here. I need to live in the corner. This threatens to kill and connect. Threatens. Oh, I didn't want to go again because I'm forcing him to get near this cut, which I don't want to force that. So I stopped there and lived. Connect. Okay. Now I make another huge mistake. We have, I want that to be an A. He's got a big cut at A and a big push at B. So boom and boom. Logical. Except it's not Sente. He can just walk away. If he responds, how many points does he get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 or 5? Because if he plays, he has to play again later anyway. So it's just small. He should play away. So it's big terror, timing error, terror. It's funny. Luckily, he responded, and we start in game. If you can identify in your own games when middle game starts, or more specifically, when the opening ends, that's the last move of the opening. If you can identify that, it's going to be very helpful in your game. It's a transition period that bothers most players significantly. Now, I have the right to make this statement about it because I've been helping people through it for 40 years, longer than that. So that transition's very difficult. But if you can say, time for middle game, where should I start? That'll be very helpful. And then if you can also identify that's the end of middle game, time for end game, then you can organize the big ones and choose your biggest. So here we are starting end game. This is very big. And let's just spend a moment looking at why. First, I'm gaining. So let's say there's 3 7-point in-game moves. Black to play. Black plays the first one. White responds. Black plays the second one. White responds. Black got all 3. So when your opponent plays an endgame, you don't want to respond. You want to go take your own endgame. So if black plays this move, I don't want to respond. That means he got this in Sente. The next one, the next one. No. I'm going to give him the monkey jump and take my own. He takes one, I take one. Okay. So why do we start here? Because we take white shape and take away the 9 points. It's usually around 9 points for the monkey jump. So that's 9 plus what black gets here. And I'm not saying this well, but I make this. How many points? If he has the monkey jump, boom, boom, that means I don't get any of these. So I just played and created 2, 4, 6, 7 points and reduced him by 2, 4, 5. And if he doesn't respond, it keeps going. And if he plays it and I don't respond, boom, it keeps going. So it's one of these end games that deals with larger areas in like double sente kind of thing. It's not double sente, it's just a great future for both. I said that poorly. Hopefully it came across. So I play here. Boom, boom. I expect him to respond. He didn't respond. Well, that's appropriate. The only question left is how much is it going to cost him? I decided against this move because what's next? Well, I read this one out. That threatens to cut and kill. I can Atari. I wasn't sure I'd be able to live here. Then I thought about this one. Better, but again, I wasn't sure I could live. AI said it doesn't matter if you can live or not. Black's going to have to play 4 times to capture. That's 4 points in his own area. So black didn't gain anything. But I, white, get to force him, and I get 4 moves on the outside. So it's better for white, along with all the pressure blacks feels and potential mistakes and everything. I just decided to go this way because I knew it was real points in Sente, but the other way's a little better. This capture's big too. He could save that in Sente, I think. Maybe. And from there, it's just endgame. So when it comes to differences between, let's say, a 2-3Q versus 4-Dan, the 2 or 3Q might not know certain Josekis. That's difference. And I think the Dons just put more effort into the thinking, what they want to accomplish, which one's bigger. Yeah. Okay. Hope it was helpful. Catch y'all later. Bye.